Many creatives struggle with pricing their own work. In this video, we'll show you how to get started. Most of the advice given to those starting out is to charge for time plus materials. But there's more to it than that. Let's start with time and how you calculate your hourly rate. You need to think about the whole picture, personal and professional. Make sure you know what cost you need to cover to survive. This will allow you to have control when you're discussing the lowest and highest prices you can charge. You need to work out your overheads. Create two lists, personal and professional. The personal list will detail all of your personal outgoings for the year. The professional list will detail what it costs to run your business. These are your overheads. This list won't include other direct costs, such as materials or consumables. They will be dealt with separately. So let's discuss personal overheads first. This could include rent or mortgage, bills such as gas and electricity, food, insurance, telephone, transport, loans, overdrafts or bank charges, personal pension plan, training and development costs, and anything else such as presents, holidays and extras. All of these need to be costed up so that you know how much you will need to survive. Now we can move on to business overheads. Try to think of everything. Not all of these will be relevant to you at the beginning, but here are some examples of professional overheads. Rent of workshop space, studio or shop, bills for that space, insurance, transport, postage, deliveries, your stock, office supplies, packaging, your telephone and internet, equipment hire, IT equipment, your website and professional promotion costs, further training needs, national insurance and tax, and you might need the help of an accountant. All of these need to be costed up so that you know how much you need to cover. Add all of your overheads, personal and professional, together. You need to work out how many hours you can work over the year. Remember to deduct any hours you won't be working, such as holidays, lunches, or looking for work, or time you have off sick. Be as realistic as possible. Let's work through an example. Say you can work 7 hours per day for 5 days a week. That equals 35 hours a week. There are 52 weeks in a year, minus days you can't work, holidays, sick leave, etc. That could leave you with 48 working weeks in the year. So, 35 hours times 48 weeks equals 1,680 hours you can work per year. To work out your hourly rate, divide your annual overheads, personal and professional, by the number of hours you can work in a year. For example, if your combined overheads are £12,000 and you can work 1,680 hours in a year, 12,000 divided by 1,680 equals £7.14 per hour. This is the lowest you would ever charge to cover your overheads. You'll need to revisit this hourly rate as your circumstances change over time. When working out what to charge for a project, think about time plus direct costs, such as materials, and profit. So, step 1, time. Work out how many hours to charge. Remember to include all the time you'll spend on a project. For example, the time you spend on research, designing, travel, ordering materials, meetings, making and creating. Remember to include direct costs such as materials. Many practitioners forget to include these costs and can easily lose money this way. Get into the habit of listing all the materials you use for a project. These could include everything that goes into creating your work. For example, tools and materials, consumables, drill bits, pens, blades. And don't forget costs that come at the end of a project, like packaging and shipping and installation. Now we need to think about profit. Profit makes your business sustainable. It builds up a cushion to help when things go wrong. For example, if you've underquoted for a project or if sales are a bit slow. It also allows you to invest. For for example to buy new equipment. Profit is essential, and without it your business will struggle to be sustainable. Consider adding at least 5 to 10% to help build up a reserve. So now you have your time plus direct costs plus profits. This is the lowest price you can charge. When you're discussing prices with a customer, make sure you know the difference between wholesale, sometimes referred to as artist price, and retail. The wholesale price is the price you sell to a shop or any other retail outlet. The retail price is what you, shop or retail outlet charges to the end customer. To get to the retail price, most galleries and shops will add a markup, typically between 35% to 100%, on top of your wholesale price. Some will add VAT to this. Know your market. This is so important. For example, jewellery selling in a high street shop will not sell in a high-end gallery. Similarly, a handmade cup selling in the ceramic biennale is unlikely to sell in a discount store. Know the market that suits your work. Do some research and understand the typical price ranges. Don't get caught up in a market that doesn't suit you and your work. Does your work cost a lot more or a lot less than others in the market? If it's low, check you're charging enough for your time and you've included all direct costs. If it's high, it's more complicated and might need you to take another look at your market. Do you need to look for different customers? Never undercharge. Putting prices up is very difficult. It is easier to show willingness to negotiate, but always value yourself and your work. When you're preparing a quote, it's a good idea to include the following: date, the duration for which the prices are valid. This can be useful as your cost will fluctuate over time. Any additional charges, for example postage and packaging or delivery. Payment terms, for example 50% with order, 50% on delivery. Any other terms and conditions. Most importantly, remember why you are doing this. Whether it's to design, make or create something you enjoy, you need to make this sustainable so you can continue doing what you love. Value yourself and value your work.